Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, just want to say thanks to everybody who came out to the live stream earlier this morning. I think I went for about 45 minutes. I had to cut it short, but anyways, thanks to all my new subscribers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Anyways, let's get right onto it. Earlier this morning, Bitcoin ran up to 88,000. It looked like it was starting to pump for a minute. And looking at Bitcoin now is now at it pulled back since then. It's at 87, 244 as I make this upload. All right, we got Ethereum, still trading sideways. Ethereum is just doing what Ethereum do. It's at 1575. You know, ETH, I guess nobody knows when it's going to finally pump again. But in order to have this, so-called parabolic alt season, Ethereum definitely got to wake up. Ethereum definitely got to wake up from its coma, But anyways, let's get into it here. We got XRP sitting at $2.07. Um, XRP could be an accumulation phase, possibly, but it's been trading flat for a good minute. But anyways, we got Solana at 135, $135 Solana. It went all the way up to 140, then it looked like it retraced back down to 135. Anyways, Fear and Greed now is at 34 Fear and Greed. Altcoin Index 16100. The CMC 100, 165. And as of right now, the total market cap for the crypto, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and the whole crypto market, including all the altcoins, blue chips, is 2.7 trillion as of right now. That is the market cap for the whole cryptocurrency market, 2.7 trillion. So we're waiting on those trillions of dollars to flow into the market, especially as the dollar gets devalued. But anyways, all right, let's get to the main event, man. Let's get started, not waste no more time. So WhiteRock, it's been confirmed, man. WhiteRock, uh, the news broke to me today. I did the live stream, somebody mentioned it, the WhiteRock and Zebec partnership. So this is definitely a game changer. This looks good for the whole crypto community. All these, if you guys notice, man, all these different partnerships, that's been going on. Well, like whether it's XCN, Swift. Now we got, I covered White Rock a few weeks back, man. I did a couple of updates with White Rock, so I hope you guys know what this is. They're going to be leading the way in RWA with tokenization of assets, of real world assets, and securities. Where you can buy stocks, options on chain, bridge through White Rock. But anyways, that the fact that they just recently partnered with Zebec, I guess Zebec is gonna be powering their debit card. If you guys notice more projects like these, like Zebec, White Rock, XOR, all these projects that got their own debit card, pay attention. These projects definitely have a good feature. So um right here, okay, it says Zebec Network on-chain, okay, brokerage and tokenization platform backed by the Trump organization's World Liberty is combining forces with ZBEC to launch an exclusive custom White Rock debit card. Okay, so White Rock, they're coming up with their own custom debit card powered by ZBEC. So this is good news, man. Definitely good news. There it is right there. ZBEC Network, White Rock. And then if you go to the X, so right now I'm on White Rock's Twitter X. So I'm going to switch over to ZBEC's X now. Got the same thing going on right here. White Rock, the on-chain brokerage and tokenization platform backed by the Trump organization's World Liberty is combining forces. Okay, basically they're saying the same thing. But anyways, man, this is looking good. Um, One thing I wanted to mention, I talked about this on the live stream, that us retail investors, there is never no need for us to get tribal about different crypto projects. Because at the end of the day, man, these big companies, these big millionaires and billionaires, you know, um, while retail investors be kind of at each other's throat sometimes about who has the better utility and all this kind of stuff, which project is better. But at the same time, behind the scenes, these different projects be working together, man. Behind the scenes, they're not being tribalistic like we, like retail. That's why I always try my hardest not to be tribal in the crypto space because there's no need for it. As a matter of fact, I talked about it also with WhiteRock. They're they're connected with I think they also got a little partnership with XRP. They went live on the XRP ledger. So all these different projects are coming together. They're bridging and working together. You know, whether they're doing like real world assets, um, powering their debit card, like Zebec is powering WhiteRock's debit card. Whether you're doing DeFi and all this kind of stuff. Like I know that XRP is now compatible with with Meticulous with with XPR, with the with the Metal X app or whatever with their DeFi system they got going on. So, but anyways, long story short, a lot of these projects are they're in cahoots with each other. They're working together behind the scenes while retail investors. Uh, I'm not saying all, but some retail investors be tribal. Some people are uh, they're holding both. You can hold both. You can hold both WhiteRock and Zebec. I believe they're both going to be big. And WhiteRock is still a new project. WhiteRock has only been out around. It came out back in 2024. With WhiteRock, you look at their chart. Pull it up right quick. Since WhiteRock has been in existence, the chart looks really good as of now. And mind you, this coin hasn't even been out for a year yet. Okay, this coin came out back in it looked like it's already up over 4,900% since it came out. It came out what back in, let me see here. Let me go back. October of 2024. Time go by so fast. October 2024, that was literally several months ago. Back then it was at five zeros 35, and now it's at 30. So it's already lost two zeros, since it came out, WhiteRock. So it's already up over, you know, almost 5,000%, since it came out, 5,000%, that's a pretty good, run up, you know what I mean? Um, 5,000% already since it came out. That's already what's that, a 25x or something like that? 25 to 30x already, about 30x for 5,000%, somewhere around. I could be off. Maybe it's a 40, close to a 40x. Yeah, that's about a 35 to 40x, man. That is already done since it came out. It's already lost two zeros, you know. But anyways, guys, yeah. But White Rock definitely got a future. Um, they're compliant. They're already compliant. They got their green light already as far as the whole RWAs, bridging the with equities and whatever commodities or anything dealing with the stock market. Now they're coming out with their own debit card powered by the Zebec network. We already know, you know, Zebec is already, hype. A lot of crypto content creators is covering Zebec. We all know what their main utility is. Their payroll system went live, and then I heard they're also going to be going global. Zebec network, they're going global. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a game changer. I just like the fact they came together with their partnership. Then also, Zebec recently partnered with IoTex. Covered that news broke about a week and a half ago, whatever. They partnered with IoTex, and that's a Web3 DPEN project that's already listed on Coinbase. Like WhiteRock and Zebec is not listed on Coinbase as of yet. Um, but IoTex has been on Coinbase since the last cycle back in 2021, and IoTex is way oversold right now. Market cap is under 200 million. Last time I checked, it was over a penny yesterday. But anyways, I'm gonna do a separate video on IoTex. But anyways, man, we got all these partnerships going. Everything is moving um, in the right direction. It says ZBAC cards are taking over. Spend your crypto anywhere, anytime. So yeah, man, this is definitely gonna be a game changer. Now White Rock, you know, I'm gonna see what their debit card. There it is, right there. Okay, so I guess that's how their card looks. Get the White Rock Mastercard. Zero fees, physical and virtual cards, optional KYC, merchant fees, burn white. So definitely, man, um, any projects, especially when it comes to DeFi, RWAs, the ones that have their own debit card, they're definitely going to be doing big things in the future. But yeah, that news broke today. I didn't even know about this. This definitely caught me by surprise. This partnership, like I said, uh, people who's already familiar with White Rock. Um, I think White Rock is still under the radar. People is not realizing how big this is going to be. But you know, uh, I guess some people even tried to say that the market cap was too high, but I don't believe that's so. Their market cap is actually not bad. Now, as far as the price predict, no, we've already done price predictions for Zebec. There's a lot of them out there. I've gave them a couple of times, but WhiteRock, I definitely believe that WhiteRock can lose another zero and hit a penny at the very least. Even by, I could be conservative and say by 2026, we could see a WhiteRock hit maybe 80, two zeros 80 or two zeros 90. By the end of year going into 2026. Even if I was being conservative, but I do believe that WhiteRock can definitely hit um, a 1 billion market cap. The fact that it's already at a 442 million market cap, but I'll say going in the future, long term, I can even say by 2026, you know, WhiteRock has the potential to possibly hit a you know 3 to 4 billion market cap. I do believe this project can definitely hit about between 3 to 5 billion market cap, within in the next year or so. But we'll see. Um, now the only thing is that I don't know what's going on with their tokenomics. Like I said, WhiteRock has 1 trillion coins. I don't know what they plan on doing with 1 trillion coins at that price, but let me see here. But I guess only time will tell what they're going to do with that trillion coins. But the circulate, okay, they're not showing the circulating supply on CoinGecko, but their max supply in total supply 1 trillion. Um, I'm still trying to find out if they're going to be burning that trillion. If they have a burn now, if they have a burning system in place, they're going to start burning it. That could be a good thing. Or if they're going to do some type of lockup. So that's a lot of coins for that price, 1 trillion. But only they know what they're really doing behind the scenes. But yeah, if you could get past that. Another thing I noticed with WhiteRock, if you go to CoinGecko here, it says this, according to GoPlus, this is a proxy contract. The contract owner can make code changes to the token contract, including but not limited to disabling sales, changing fees, minting, transferring tokens, etc. Exercise caution. So I guess CoinGecko, they stay transparent to let people know that the VCs the VCs of the project, this is what they could possibly do. So this is something definitely, if you're investing in WhiteRock. But hey, if you're not invested in WhiteRock, don't worry about it. But definitely, if you're invested in WhiteRock, definitely pay attention to what they're saying here on CoinGecko. Just invest with caution, because this is what they're saying that they could possibly do, but I don't think they're going to intentionally screw over investors, the VCs or whatever. But I just like the way CoinGecko do give people heads up, about the VCs, about the the owner of the contract, whatever, and can possibly do something like this. But other than that, I don't think it'll be nothing to worry about. They just being transparent to just let people know what's going on. Now White Rock pumped 55% today, but now it pulled back. It looked like it's down about 12, 13% in a 1 hour. It retraced and pulled back kind of hard, but it did pump 55 up to 55%. But since then, it pulled back a little bit. But you look at the 1 month chart. Let me see, since it came out. Okay, so it looked like White Rocks, it looked like their all time high was about. Now, mind you, this is a new project. It looked like it came out back in, like I said, October of 2024. It looked like its high was around, looking at the chart, I think their high was about close to 13%. Yep, 2013 was their high. Then it looked like back in March they came back down. So yeah, that was their high, 13.0, 3 zeros, 13. You look at, it came from 3 zeros. So that was a pretty good run up. It's still up almost 5,000%. But anyways, guys, that is my update. White Rock Zebec partnership. Their Zebec is powering their debit card. This looks good, man. They're both working together. If you're holding both Zebec and WhiteRock, hey, that's a plus. And like I said, this is a winner. This is a win-win for both projects. They both helping each other out. Giving each other more exposure. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, another thing, hey, if you haven't came over to the Patreon yet, signed up, definitely get over to the Patreon. I got updates over here. Um, we got our chat group. Um, our chat group, we're talking about different coins, whether it's Zebec or Swift, Sora. We've been talking a lot about Sora lately, but we talk about a lot of other projects. We keep up with the latest news, what's going on with the what's going on in the crypto market. So yeah, man, only 15 bucks, man, and that'll get you full access to all my other videos that I posted over the last like 6 months over here on Patreon. So definitely come over here. Definitely got new content coming over here soon over on Patreon. But that definitely come join the family if you can. The link will be in the description for the Patreon, or if you'd like to support the channel in any way, PayPal, Venmo will be in the description as well, along with the Patreon. So definitely come support the channel. You know, if not, oh well. I do this for the community. But yeah, man, that is my update on both WhiteRock and Zebec. Uh, we can see where the future is going, and in blockchain and real world assets and tokenization. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later tonight. I'm gonna go live later tonight. I'll say between 8 to 9 p.m. tonight, I'll go live. Yeah, between 8 to 9 p.m. tonight, and that'll be Pacific West Coast time. So yeah, I don't have the exact time, but I'm gonna try to go between 8 to 9 p.m. because once it gets past 9, I start getting tired, and sometimes I just be like, forget the live stream. I'll just do it in the morning. But I'm gonna actually try to go live again tonight. But anyways, guys, thanks everybody for tuning in to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, I'm gonna get out of here. See you guys in the next one. Peace.